When I learned who I was, I am the man I am today.
Ominous.
And I do it just because.
304.
Yeah. Life's full of choices. All those things you wish you could take back, but you can't.
Don't cry, run.
You can't run from them. Look them right in the face.
304.
Back in the day, when I was young and dumb, I used to run these streets. It's Dub V where I'm from. Back in the day, things were a little bit different. Street credit was earned, motherfucker not gifted. Back in the day, the 80 Monty was bumping. Ran around with my homies, always looking to get into something. Back in the day, and the something that I found that wasn't always good. It's bad enough in my town. Back in the day, I was raised in the woods. Developed a green thumb, smoking and selling goods. Back in the day, approached by a speed demon. He looked at him like Ike and all the fiends came screaming. Back in the day, under a buck for a G of gas. Slow down for a second to reflect and look at all that passed. Back in the day, never took shit for granted. When the struggle was real, I headed to holler to seek Grammy. Cause it was back in the day when I learned who I was, I am the man I am today. And I do it just because.
That's right.
Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror, and I was like, fuck. Back in the day when I learned who I was, I am the man I am today. And I do it just because.
That's right, bitch.
Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror, and I was like, fuck. Back in the day, I lashed out when I was depressed. There were so many times that my ass could have been arrested. Back in the day, every angry moment I ever had, everyone always said that I acquired it from my dad. Back in the day, if I could make time stand still, I would have done it way back then when it all was real. Back in the day, and the realest feeling I ever would feel came in the form of red hair, then all fake was real. Back in the day, I used to think I had a lot of friends. Took a while to sort them out and only a few in the end. Back in the day, I talk about my problems. I go to my family and my homies to resolve them. Back in the day, if you run your lips, battle rap me, you best come equipped. Back in the day, if I got one thing to teach, practice what you preach. Cause it was back in the day when I learned who I was, I am the man I am today. And I do it just because. Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror, and I was like, fuck. Back in the day when I learned who I was, I am the man I am today. And I do it just because. Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror, and I was like, fuck.
Yo, taking it back in the day, man, I really miss those days. I hold them close, they really ain't that far away. Back in the day when talking shit might cost you a fat lip. Nowadays you get the gauge, make the brain split. Just because you ain't wearing the same shit, or even worse, went on a rant on social media. You claiming no one can touch your bars, all the other rappers are weak ass retards. It's time to think hard, who be the retard? You tell me while you're laying 6 feet deep on your back. That's right. Back in the day, feeling alive and free. Even better air to breathe, actually living. Being happy, stress-free, no accountability. Living to the fullest. I wish I could remember how to do this.
Back in the day when I learned who I was, I'm the man I am today, do it just because. Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror and was like, fuck. Back in the day when I learned who I was, I'm the man I am today and do it just because. Back in the day when I learned who I was, took a look in the mirror and was like, fuck, like fuck, like fuck, like fuck.
You know, back in the day, way before addiction, and I was amazed by fiction. Now it seems as if I'm living fiction, caught up in my addiction. I lost myself, I'm simply missing. I gotta stop reminiscing. Back in the day, never sticking my 2 cents in, cause I keep it just like today. I always stay up out of someone else's business, keep mine. Mind my own, worry about my fucking life. Back in the day, didn't ever think I would. Back in the day, oh, he's never good. Oh, wait, yo, back it up back in the day. Living that shit now, gotta stay. What you think, this will ever change? Changing it up again, I'm been the old way.